Srila Prabhupada. The materialist thinks that persons engaged in Krishna consciousness are crazy fellows, wasting time by chanting Hare Krishna. But actually, he does not know that he himself is in the darkest region of craziness because of accepting his body as permanent. And in relation to his body, he accepts his home, his country, his society, and all other paraphernalia as permanent. This materialistic acceptance of the permanency of home, land, etc. is called the illusion of Maya. This is clearly mentioned here. Mohat griha kshetra vasuni. Out of illusion only does the materialist accept his home, his land, and his money as permanent. Out of this illusion, the family life, national life, and economic development, which are very important factors in modern civilization, have grown. A Krishna conscious person knows that this economic development of human society is but temporary illusion. In another part of Srimad Bhagavatam, the acceptance of the body as oneself, the acceptance of others as kinsmen in relationship to this body, and the acceptance of land of one's birth as worshipable are declared to be the products of an animal civilization. When, however, one is enlightened in Krishna consciousness, he can use these for the service of the Lord. That is a very suitable proposition. Everything has a relationship with Krishna. When all economic development and material advancement are utilized to advance the cause of Krishna consciousness, a new phase of progressive life arises. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Kapila Deva is describing from previous chapter about the unsurmountable effect of Kala, which is Lord's energy in this world, and how that Lord's energy works out in this material world and creates illusion for the living entity. And that particular illusion is being described here. Yadadhruvasya dehasya sanubandasya durmatihi. Dhruva means fixed, permanent, solid. But adhruva means something that is not solid, something that doesn't exist, something that's not permanent. This dehasya adhruvasya, this deha is not dhruva, meaning it doesn't last. It is there for some time, and then it deteriorates, and then finally vanishes. Yadadhruvasya dehasya sanubandasya durmatihi. Sa anubandasya durmatihi. But the living entity thinks that this impermanent deha has certain things which are related in the form of griha, kshetra, vasunicha. Obviously, we all were born in some house, our parents' family, and they might have moved from one house to another house under certain circumstances. But we all thought that is our home. And to a certain extent, we were very attached to that house. Sanubandhasya Dhruvani manyate mohat. Dhruvani manyate. So the living entity thinks, manyate, considers, druvani manyate. He thinks that that home is my eternal home. That's going to be my home forever. Druvani manyate. What he considers? Griha kshetra vasunicha. His home, his land, kshetra, and vasuni, the wealth that one possesses. He considers all of them druvani. They're all my permanent assets. Here griha also refers to home and the relationships that exist at home. Father, mother, brother, sister, wife, children, grandfather, etc. And kshetra refers to land and the country. This is my country. And vasuni refers to the wealth that one has. So he considers all of them druvani manyate mohat, and he considers all of this sanubandasya, dehasya sanubandasya. They are all related to deha. We considered my home as mine, not the neighbor's home. Because this is where I am related to this home, this family, this country, and this is my wealth. So, dehasya sanubandhasya griha kshetra vasunicha druvani manyate. He considers them all to be his eternal possessions. Why? Mohat. It is an illusion. It is not truth. It is not reality. Because the deha is itself adruvasya dehasya griha kshetra vasuni sanubandhasya griha kshetra vasuni druvani manyate mohat. And why does he think like that? Why does this illusion come about? Because of durmatihi. Durmatihi means misguided intelligence. Matihi means intelligence. Durmatihi means misguided intelligence. Sometimes we come across the name Sumati. Sumatihi means properly guided, sound intelligence. Durmatihi means unsound intelligence or misguided intelligence. So the misguided materialist, Durmatihi, does not know that his very body is impermanent, dehasya adruvasya, and that the attractions of home, land and wealth, griha kshetra vasunicha, which are in relationship to that body, dehasya sanubandasya, are also temporary, adruvasya. Out of ignorance only, mohat, he thinks, manyate, that everything is permanent. Druvani manyate mohat. So, Prabhupada has very nicely described in the purport how the materialists are actually in this kind of a thinking. They think that, Prabhupada begins by saying, when materialists see us, see devotees, that they have left their home, they have left their jobs, they have left their career, and they want to serve Krishna, and they are singing and dancing, what an illusion these people are in. They think. And we think, Are, adruvasya dehasya, sanumandasya durmatihi, druvani manyate mohat, griha kshetra vasunicha. We think, what an illusion they are in. So, it is a fact, with a little intelligence, with a little consideration, we can understand that to think that this home, family, wealth, these are all mine and they will be permanently with me, is such an illusion. Say, for instance, you go to your grandfather's home. Maybe your grandfather is not there, just in case. Sometime he was there and he thought, this is my home. And now he is gone. Maybe his sons or daughters, somebody. Now they are thinking it is my home. And then after some time they will be gone. And then the next generation will occupy, will modify, remodel it, refurbish it. And they will occupy and they think this is my home. And with time, they will also be gone and the next generation occupies. So all along we were thinking this is my home, but it is not our permanent home. Dhruvani manyate mohat. In the same way, relationships. This is my family. My father, my mother, my brother, my sister, my children, my wife, my husband, my grandfather, my uncle. All of these relationships, we think they are ours, but then Dhruvani manyate mohat, we think they'll be with me, our family. So important. But we know they are all adhruvasya. Adhruva. They are not permanent. In the same way, the wealth. So this is the illusion that the living entities are going through. And it is such a big illusion. One may be a very intelligent person, but he'll also be steeped in this illusion, and his whole value system, his whole ambitions, his whole aspiration, his whole life will be revolving around this adhruvasya dehasya. Dhruvani manyate, manyate dhruvani, thinking that they will be, or they are my permanent assets. This is the kind of an illusion that goes on. And why? This because durmatihi. And one of the things that Prabhupada points out in this purport is that because of this moha, dhruvani manyate mohat, graha kshetra vasuni, dhruvani manyate mohat, it is because of this, the idea of nationalism, the idea of economic development as important things in life, even in modern society. All of this has become very important because it's connected to adhruvasya dehasya. It's connected to the body. Dhruvani manyate mohat. That is a defect of nationalism. Nationalism has its utility. That is the modern understanding. That is a modern way in which the world has been divided into nation states, and people living in that nation state are expected to feel a certain kind of a patriotism about their nation, so that they all are together and they can work in a cooperative way for their economic development. That's the model. The modern theories, modern thinkers have developed. It has an utility because you have to organize people together. Otherwise, if everyone is fighting with each other, how can we have some sane world? So nationalism has its utility. But the problem with nationalism is that you define a boundary geographically as your nation, and the neighboring nation becomes not your nation, becomes another person's nation, and as a result, there is a potential conflict in the interest between this nation and another nation. And they try to resolve that. And to manage that, they have huge armies, huge amount of expenses. But this is the best thing that thinkers and philosophers have found out in modern times, and to a certain extent it is working. Someone may say, no, so much wars are going on. But anyway, at least some parts of the world, there is some sanity. It has its utility. But from a transcendental point of view, that our connection with this body, our connection with the family, our connection with the home, our connection with the nation, and all of the economic development that we want to bring about by cooperative efforts, both within the nation and between nations. Why our leaders of our country go to other nations and they shake hands with the leaders of their nation. We want to have good relationship with each other, of trade and sharing of other kinds of wealth and knowledge, and all of those things other countries have developed. So there is some kind of a friendly relationship which is very desirable again. So like this, a certain arrangement has been made around the world in today's modern society. But actually, someone may feel very nationalistic about my country, my country. Next life, he will be born in another country. And in that country, that kind of an education is being taught. My country, and he'll be thinking, that's my country. Very often Prabhupada gave this example. We think we are Indians, Pakistanis, they are our enemies. Next life we could be born in Pakistan and we'll start thinking, I am Pakistani, they are our enemies. See how it's a temporary situation. So this nationalism also has, although it has its utility practically, but deep from a transcendental point of view, it is not on a solid understanding of the truth. The truth is that we are spirit soul migrating from one body to another body to another body. When we are in this body, we identify ourselves with home, family, etc. And with time, we have adhruvasya, dhruvani manyate moha, dehasya adhruvasya, sanubandhasya durmatihi. To consider all of these things as related to me, and this is permanent, is an illusion, is a moha, is an illusion. Now, pretty much, whatever we have discussed, even Mayavadis agree with this. Mayavadis also say, yes, this body is, what is this? You're attached to your body, you're attached to your home, you're attached to your nation. It's all durmatihi. It's all misguided. It is not. But what is different about Krishna consciousness is something is revealed by Srila Prabhupada in the purport. Very, very beautiful thing. So, Prabhupada, in the last part of the purport, he's saying, in another part of Srimad Bhagavatam, the acceptance of the body as oneself, the acceptance of others as kinsmen in relationship to this body, and acceptance of the and acceptance of the land of one's birth as worshipable. These are all modern society, big concepts, very celebrated, highly glorified concepts. Body is oneself. Take care of your body nicely. Good health. Don't eat too much. So that, exercise, do well. These are all, accept this body. And acceptance of others as kinsmen in relationship to this body. Family values. See, all very important. And acceptance of land of one's birth as worshipable. Feel for your land, feel for your country. You're born in this country. So all of these are celebrated values in modern society. But Srimad Bhagavatam, in another part of Srimad Bhagavatam, the acceptance of the body as oneself, the acceptance of others as kinsmen in relationship to this body, and the acceptance of the land of one's birth as worshipable are declared to be the products of an animal civilization. Very heavy statement. Next, Prabhupada gives another alternative perspective to all of these things. When, however, one is enlightened in Krishna consciousness, he can use these for the service of the Lord. That is a very suitable proposition. Everything has a relationship with Krishna. When all economic development and material advancement are utilized to advance the cause of Krishna consciousness, a new phase of progressive life arises. Very wonderful things. Now here, Dehasya sanubandhasya moha. When you think that all of them are related to me, my body, then it is illusion. But Krishnasya sanubandhasya. But when you think of in relationship with Krishna, that is not moha. Because everything is related to Krishna. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattha sarvam pravartate. Iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. Everything is emanation from me. I am the source of everything. So everything has a relationship with Krishna. So Krishnasya sanubandhasya. That is not moha, that is satya. That is not mithya. So when we see in that perspective, my nation, this family, this wealth, this world, all of this has a relationship with Krishna. And if it can be engaged in the cause of Krishna, it's a very wonderful thing. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, there is one chapter. The chapter begins. Arjuna went to Dwaraka to meet Krishna. For what? There it says, Gnathum cha punya shlokasya Krishnasya cha visheshtitam. He was sent by Yudhishthir Maharaj. Where were they? They were in Hastinapur, near Delhi. And Krishna was in Dwaraka, on the west coast. And Yudhishthira sent Arjuna, go see Krishna. For what? Gnatum cha punya shlokasya Krishnasya cha vicheshtitam. Vicheshtitam. Krishnasya punya shlokasya Krishnasya vicheshtitam gnatum. Gnatum means to know. Vicheshtitam means what is Krishna's program of work. Yudhishthira had sent Arjuna, go and find out what is Krishna's program of work. What is his work? What is his mission? What is his next program of work? Earlier he told you on the battlefield of Kurukshetra that this battle is my work, my program of work. Isn't it? Earlier Arjuna thought, no, this Kurukshetra battle is actually my program of work, my families, my brothers, all of there. Because we want our kingdom. But then Krishna gave a new perspective. No, it's not your program, it's my program of work. I come into this world I have a certain program of work, and I have a certain idea. And I want you to do your duty and be an instrument in executing my program of work. That will be glorious for you. And that will be glorious for the world. Because I have a mission in this world. Dharma samsthapanarthaya. I come to this world. Although I have nothing to do with this world is full of people who don't want to accept the presence of God. But even I come to this world because I have a mission. And I want you to participate in my mission. And why you should participate in my mission? Because you are my part and parcel. I am the Lord of everything. You are duty bound to surrender to me and to serve me. Because you are mine. You don't have an independent existence of yourself. You cannot have an independent program of yours. You are mine. This world belongs to me. So this is the kind of a perspective that Krishna presented, and Arjuna's mind changed. Just like, say, for instance, I'm driving my car on the highway. I can drive this way, I can drive that way. I can go to a restaurant. I can go to a cinema. I can go to some other place. I can do. This is my car, I am driving. I can peacefully keep driving. Suppose I have stolen the car. Imagine I am driving a stolen car. Constantly I'll be in anxiety. Who is coming behind me? Because it's not my car. If it is my car, I can have my program of work. If it is not my car, I'll be in full of anxiety. Any moment I could be stopped, I could be thrown out, car can be taken away, because I am not the owner of the car. In the same way, the Lord is the owner of this world. And so His program of work should be implemented and should be executed in this world, because He is the owner. But here we are falsely claiming that I am this world belongs to me, and I have my program of work. And that is why, even though the best of minds in the world are planning the best of plans, everything is failing in this world. You see? They have made wonderful theories about how wealth should be created, all those kind of things. Still, I was mentioning some time back also, some 8 people are holding the wealth, equivalent wealth of 3.2 billion people in the world. See how wealth creation, wealth distribution is so skewed. Only 8 people are so wealthy. The wealth of the 3.2 billion people at the other end of the spectrum, what their total wealth, 8 people are holding. Despite all the theory of compassionate capitalism, all such things are there, but still there is inequality of distribution of wealth. Similarly, there are so many wonderful ideologies of how we should have peaceful coexistence. Still wars are going on. So much police and this and laws, stringent enforcement in our country. Every other day we are reading rape happening, this of minor children, all these things. How stringent, how the court should become fast-tracked, how police should become even quicker, and how more technology. All such things are happening. Still things are going on. It's a mess. The world is in a mess. Despite our best efforts. Because people, durmatihi, they are not being encouraged to understand what is God's plan, who we are, what are we supposed to do in this world, how to bring about, how to run this world according to God's plan. No one is thinking. They are thinking, we will figure out how to run this world. This is our world. It is not our world. We are not the masters of this world. Krishna is the master of this world. We are also his servants. We belong to him. The world belongs to him. There is a big debate. And because of such things, we are contaminating, polluting this world. All such things, abuse of this planet, all that is happening. There's a big debate. Does the world belong to the human society? Or the human society belongs to the world? You see, all these kind of debates goes on. Actually, the world belongs to Krishna. Human society also belongs to Krishna. We have to carry out the plan of Krishna. The human society should carry out the plan of Krishna. Then there will be peace and harmony. So Krishna had a mission when he appeared. And the Pandavas, who were Krishna's associates, they were always concerned. What is Krishna's mission? Let us do that. And that's why Yudhishthira Maharaj sent Arjuna. Go to Dwaraka. Gnatum cha punya shlokasya Krishnasya cha vicheshtitam. Please go and find out what is the next program of work of Krishna. Arjuna goes to Dwaraka and finds out that Krishna has left the world. He has wound up he comes back and tells Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira is shocked. Oh, our Lord, He has left this world. Then what do we have to do? So they also hand over the kingdom, and they also go walk towards the Himalayas, and they also give up their body. And that's how the Lord's pastime and his associates' pastimes ended. Now, the Gaudiya Vaishnava understanding, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu points out, these are all very special things about our tradition, our sampradaya. Arjuna heard about Krishna's mission on the battle of Kurukshetra, and Krishna urged him to take part in his mission. And Arjuna was very enthusiastic. He said, all right, Krishna, Karishye vachanam tava, I'll do your work. And he took up the arms and he fought the battle of Kurukshetra. In that same Bhagavad Gita, in his talk with Arjuna, Krishna also says he has another mission. Or actually that's the same mission. Krishna has one mission. The good fortune that Arjuna had to engage in Krishna's mission is available to us also even to this day. That knowledge that Krishna spoke to Arjuna, idam paramam vachaha, this is my supreme instruction. That, what was that? 2 verses. Manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mameva yeshyasi satyam te prati jane priyosi me. And sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja. These 2 verses which Krishna declares to be my paramam vachaha. Ishtosi me drudamiti tatho vakshyami te hitam. Because you're very dear to me, I'm sharing this very confidential knowledge. And that is, we should become devotees of Krishna. We should surrender to Krishna. We should always think of Krishna. Because we are his part and parcel. Adhruvasya dehasya. Unfortunately, because of durmatihi, we are thinking I am related to this body, I am related to this gruha, I am related to this kshetra, this vasuni is mine. But the truth is we belong to Krishna. Belong to Krishna, we are related to Krishna. And that is a loving, ecstatic relationship. And this knowledge should be taught to this world. And one who teaches this becomes my very dear devotee. In this proclamation of Krishna, Krishna has declared his mission in this world, and every one of us can participate in that mission. This was pointed out by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Once Prabhupada went to Latin America, one of the countries. And then he was received well by the devotees and the big kirtan. And then when Prabhupada spoke, he said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered that this Krishna consciousness movement should be spread all over the world. That is why I have come to your country. So Prabhupada said, he was going to far-flung countries in the world, South America, Australia, Africa, New Zealand, Venezuela, everywhere in different parts of the world. He said, this is the order of Lord Chaitanya, and that is why I have come to your country, to give this knowledge. So, this knowledge of surrendering to Krishna, becoming a devotee of Krishna, that is the mission of the Lord, and we can be participants in that mission. And for this mission of the Lord, Lord Chaitanya gave that order. All over the world, this knowledge should be distributed. Not just in India. Not just for a few pious people in India. Everywhere in the world. And for that to happen, it is very important to see the Krishnasya anubandhasya gruha kshetra vasunicha Krishnasya anubandhasya. And when you see that, the principle of yukta vairagya comes. Anasaktasya vishayan yatarham upayunjataha nirbhande Krishna sambhande. You must see Krishna sambandha. When you see Krishna sambandha with things in this world, and then use it in Krishna's vicheshtitam, Krishna's program of work, and be detached from it. Don't use it for our enjoyment. Anasaktasya vishayan yata arham upayunjataha. As it is suitable, you use it in what? In Krishnasya vicheshtitam, Krishna's program of work. Then, anasaktasya vishayan yatarham upayunjataha nirbande. Don't be attached to it and to the enjoyment that comes with it. Nirbande Krishna sambandhe. But see the relationship in Krishna, with Krishna. Nirbhande Krishna sambandhe yuktam vairagyam uchyate. That is called yukta vairagya. And that's what Prabhupada is pointing out here. Everything has a relationship with Krishna. When all economic development and material advancement are utilized to advance the cause of Krishna consciousness, cause of Krishna, that is Krishnasya vicheshtitam. Manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Mam eva yeshyasi satyam te. Mam eva yeshyasi. You will come to me. Going back to Krishna. That is his mission. Said to give this knowledge to everyone that we should go back to Krishna. That is his mission. And when it is engaged to advance the cause of Krishna consciousness, a new phase of progressive life arises. And that is the life of Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada's conviction was, this principle of Krishna consciousness can become the driving force for a global, harmonious world. Not the principle of nationalism, which is based on untruth, on an impermanent principle it is based on. So in other words, Prabhupada saw that there can be another reorganization of the whole world on another principle, on the principle of love of God. Everyone should be taught the principle of love of God, and everyone should be brought to the experience of that love of God. On that principle you can organize the whole world. Home, community, state, nations, and all of the world on another principle, which is based on the truth that Krishna is the proprietor of everything and we are his servants. We have a relation with him. We have to develop that love for him. And that activity, this knowledge should be spread everywhere. And on that basis, there can be varieties of activities in this world. And in such a society, there will be true harmony and peace. Prabhupada had another vision. That is an alternate plan that the world has not yet realized its importance. We have not sufficiently articulated it in right forums, in right platforms, in right ways. And it is also important. Prabhupada also emphasized this. Not only the message, the messenger is also important. So Prabhupada wanted all of us to become competent and qualified people to carry his message to the world over. Because it is also important, the message is carried by appropriate messengers. Just like Krishna chose Srila Prabhupada, a very appropriate messenger to carry Krishna's message. So another kind of a world can emerge with this consciousness. That's what Prabhupada is saying. When all economic development and material advancement are utilized to advance the cause of Krishna consciousness, a new phase of progressive life arises. Don't think that if you embrace this new idea, then you will regress. There won't be any more progress in this world. No, another progressive life can emerge. Economic development can be pursued. Advancement can be pursued. But now all of those things are utilized in spreading this knowledge of Krishna consciousness. So this was the great vision of Srila Prabhupada on the basis of Lord Chaitanya's instruction. In another arrival lecture, when Prabhupada arrived in different places, Prabhupada would be received very nicely and then he would speak. He would speak in a very encouraging way to all the devotees. When Prabhupada arrived in Mexico City, was it Mexico City or another city? Some city, I forget. Prabhupada said, I had been to so-and-so place, I had been to this place, I had been to this place, but this temple is the best temple. And all devotees would say, Hari Bol, Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada was constantly encouraging. So, in one other arrival lecture, Prabhupada says, we have come to teach love of God and how the human society can be organized on the principle of love of God. And how a harmonious society comes about when the world is organized on the principle of love of God. This is actually our position. This is actually Krishna consciousness movement. We want to present to this world how the world can be reorganized, restructured on the principle of love of God. Today, the world people are trying to organize this world on selfish objectives for the welfare of human society, for the welfare of everybody. All of those things are actually, all of those doctrines have shortcomings because they are not founded on truth. On the other hand, the principle of love of God is founded on absolute truth and with full enlightenment. All other doctrines have shades of ignorance. I belong to this world, this nation, all these people, they belong to this world. That's how nationality, nationalism should be propagated. All of these kind of ideas, different shades of ignorance exist. There may be some virtue, some truth, partial truth, utilitarian truth, but not the absolute truth. So these are some of the wonderful things that we see when we read Srila Prabhupada's purports. We'll stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.